Straight. Hey, welcome, 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 welcome. Welcome to our live stream today. We are going to be doing what we have promised you, which is giving you that type of inspiration and free content as it relates to
being fruitful. Yes, this is day 4, part 4 of our Be Fruitful series. So welcome. So happy that we could be in your living room. For some of you, we're in your lunchroom. Others of you were in your bedroom this afternoon. I'm Coach Chantal, and this is
Coach Mwale, and we are so excited to have you with us. We want to welcome you in our mastermind. We have so many people that are joining us. Those on the authors of the On the Move program, ATM, where people are turning their message into a movement,
Yes.
your book into a business. Welcome, Tanya. Welcome, Tanya. Welcome, guys. We just want to celebrate you all for being a part of this opportunity. And like always, before we start, we do celebrations. We want to celebrate action takers. We want to celebrate people who have made a decision to turn their message into a movement, to turn their book into a business, for people to move past their place of being stuck, to moving into that place, Katia, of saying that my dreams and goals, they are non-negotiable. So we first want to start off with, just celebrating, first of all, Maggie.
Maggie.
Congratulations.
Woo! We need those clappers.
I'm going to bring my clappers next time, right? So we want to celebrate Maggie for taking action.
She is about to push that baby out.
Come on now.
Yes.
Also, we want to celebrate Candace and Dr. Antoine. Dr.
It's
Antoine
French, Chevalier.
Chevalier is a French name. We want to celebrate you guys for taking massive action. You know, some of you are a part of our Authors on the Move program, and more importantly, you have made a decision not just to be pregnant with your story, but to push that baby out. Come on, somebody. I'm sure you can identify with me, Sharon, about putting that effort, and not mostly the effort, but leveraging the expertise of others to get your story out. We also want to celebrate Karen. Let's hear for Karen Donahue.
Congratulations, Karen, in advance, because you are one step closer to giving birth to your international best-selling book. Let's hear it up for Karen.
Clap it up, guys. Yes. So we want to celebrate everyone who has made a decision. And that's just a
small snippet, I must tell you. That's not everyone. But we are excited about those of you who have said yes, and those of you whose pictures will be displayed tomorrow. We are excited about... We are excited about your next best breakthrough.
Yes. So first of all, where's the baby monitor? I'm here and going beep 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 beep. We gotta make sure. No, we gotta find. Go ahead, baby. You go ahead and find, because it's about to die, and we want to make sure we're in touch with the babies. All right. So first of all, we want to move forward in the content for today. Okay, 1 second. Let me go get it.
It's there in the chair.
Go ahead.
So we are excited. As you see, we're real people, right? So sometimes you'll have the baby crying, you'll have Princeton running and tearing down things, and on other days you may have just real strong, just Imali and Chantel's presence. So thank you for being a part of our family, our real family.
People, we are real entrepreneurs. We have life, we have different things happening, yet still we stay in what? Massive action.
Yes.
This is not about perfection, it's about moving towards that promise, all right?
That's right.
So as we move forward in the content, the first thing we talked about on the first day was what?
Taking action.
Taking action. And if you don't take action, what does not get documented does not get done. Secondly, we talked about
the power of taking...
No, the points of what does not get documented does not get done. The second thing we talked about, if it's not documented, it does not exist. If you don't take action, it doesn't get done, it doesn't exist. And thirdly,
documentation beats conversation any day.
Any day.
So maybe you are a speaker, perhaps you are a coach. However, what you say, that is your promise.
Mm-hmm.
But what you have in your hand, let me just get some little tools here. What you have in your hand,
come on now.
This, my friends, this is what you can deliver.
Come on
and
now.
folks buy, they will hire you because of what you can deliver.
Definitely. And then on the second day, we talked about to take courage. It's important to take courage. Take courage is that decision when you make that commitment to be fruitful. Tamisha, there's a process of how you take courage. And to take courage, number one, you must have personal commitment. Secondly, you must have collective commitment. And thirdly, there are times when you not only make a personal responsibility and make that personal decision to move forward, not only do you sometimes have to borrow the faith of someone else to lean on them for their strength in that collective place, but also there are times where you hit certain bridges or you hit certain barriers, and it requires you to say, I am committed, my goal is non-negotiable.
That's right.
So sometimes we're courageous in a conference, courageous in an event, and then when we leave and we realize we are the only unicorns in the room, you need to remember that your courage has to be a commitment. Come what may, you are going to move forward.
Wow.
And then thirdly, we talked about what did we talk? What was our third point about remaining fruitful?
Yes, we talked about your learning how to spot your promises
Come on now.
in your problems.
Yes.
So there are some of us who go through life and not thinking that that our problems are beneficial, right? We think that our problems are depressing and woe is me and this shouldn't be happening to me. When in reality, perhaps it should be happening to you because there is a special promise allotted to that problem that you're addressing. I don't know, those of you who maybe go to church and read your Bible once and again, there's a scripture that says, all things work together for my good.
That's right. This too shall pass. And we've discovered one of the key aspects of remaining fruitful, Twyla, is to understand that in that place of discovering the promise in your problem, you will discover, number one, you must do an assessment. Just like driving and you hit that pothole, when you have come face to face with the unexpected, you don't just move on. You don't just say, I'm all right, I'll just move on. You do an assessment. It's in this assessment, you have the understanding of the gravity of the situation. And then secondly, what do? You renegotiate your commitments, understanding that where I am right now, I'm not going to use my pothole experience, my depression experience to be a cop out or an excuse to say, hey, I just lost my job. What do you guys expect me to do? Hey, I just found out about some form of illness or a family member passed away. Don't use that as a reason to resign, because this too shall pass.
That's right.
And then finally, we discovered together that not only do you do an assessment, not only do you renegotiate your commitments, but you understand that every closed door is a sign that another door is about to open.
Ooh.
Another door is about to open. So we are excited for this series that we are doing for the next 7 days. Well, we are on day 4.
So the next 3 days.
For the next 3 days.
Wow, time flies.
And we are meeting, twice a day just to share with you this series, How to Be Fruitful. And today we want to talk to you about something I think we are so excited about. It was really inspired, and this series is inspired by looking at the life of Walt Disney. And when I'm just reading about his life and the accounts that he has experienced and how he was able to build such a powerful empire, one of the things I reflect on, one of the things I listen to, Walt Disney said this. He said that all the adversities I've had in my life and all my troubles and obstacles have strengthened me. You may not realize it when it happens, but a kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you.
Wow.
A kick in the teeth may be the best thing in the world for you. This is where we had concluded yesterday, looking at how do we discover the promise in the midst of a problem. Today we want to talk to you about the power of an idea. The power of an idea. Walt Disney said, if you can dream it, you can do it. Always remember, the whole thing started out by a mouse. Now, if you don't know the story of Walt Disney, his original name, his nickname is Walt, but his name is Walter Elias Disney. And he was a great prolific animator, producer, and showman in the 20th century. And he was a creator of the whole concept. Hi, Sandra. He was a creator of a powerful concept. But if you look at his life story, when you think about his life, where he packed up, left everything, everyone he loved, and he moved all the way to California and started a business. He started it from scratch in the midst of, he weathered a Great Depression in the midst of declaring bankruptcy, failed in his business. He pulled himself out of so many different things, yet still he became a mogul in the business of creativity. He was an icon, and his brand is worldwide. And one of the key things he said that guided him was understanding the power of an idea. If you can dream it, you can do it. Always remember, this whole thing he said started off by his experience looking at a mouse. My question to you today, what's your idea? What's your idea? What is that idea that you think is ludicrous, that nobody wants it?
That's right. Tara, tell us, what is your, better yet, let's be very Walt Disney here. What is your mouse? What is your mouse? What is that thing that's going to inspire you to change the world? Because he changed the world with a little inspiration from a mouse.
So what is your mouse? What do you think that is running along your life
that could be an annoyance?
Come on, but it is a groundbreaking discovery. What's your mouse? Type in the chat. What's the mouse? What's the mouse in your life? What's the
mouse?
What's the idea, Twyla? What's the mouse? What's the idea that you've been toying with, Tamisha? What's that idea that you've been holding on to, and you've probably told yourself that it's not valuable? But today you're going to discover that it all starts with an idea.
You may have been telling yourself that it's too small, right? You may have been telling yourself that it's insignificant, that no one will listen to you, no one will believe what you have to say. But that's your mouse. And your mouse can transform your life. And most importantly, your mouse can transform the lives of others.
So number one, thoughts are things. The power of idea. How do you walk in this place of fruitfulness? How do you ensure that the thing that is not seen becomes manifested? You must start off with the principle that thoughts are things. Look around where you are, in your workplace, in your business place. Look at anywhere you drive. Everything started off with an idea. Everything started off with an idea.
Yeah.
Stephen Covey says, sow a thought, reap a deed. Sow a deed, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a lifestyle. And sow a lifestyle, reap a destiny. Stephen Covey always talks about the power of an idea. And habits originates from an idea, a thought, from the unknown. When you look at a bridge, it was an idea that went to paper, and from paper into manifestation. When you look at a building, it started off with an idea. What you are holding in front of you is something. It's not just, it's not something that exists in the universe that is anomalous. It is something that is waiting to become tangible. It is waiting to become known and seen, experienced and felt.
Yeah.
So I encourage you today that thoughts are things. Do not underestimate the power of your thoughts. Do not underestimate the power of your thoughts.
Yes, and I'm really happy that Molly, she never underestimated the power of her thoughts, right? She had this passion to speak about forgiveness. And at first, she had that negative chatter that we all have. How many of you have been there and you told yourself, no one will believe me. No one will listen to me. My ideas aren't that valuable. I don't really feel like, that I contribute anything new to the marketplace because there's this person who's talking about it. There's that person who already has a book they're speaking on stages, right? I'm so happy that despite all of that negative self-talk, that she decided to act on her idea.
And not only did she decide to act on her idea became tangible. I remember when I met Molly, with that uncertainty, and she took that courageous step to craft a message. And would you believe, of all the times in her journey of not just crafting her story, she was booked to be a speaker at an international women's conference. And of all persons who was in that audience, of all persons who was able to see her live her breathtaking future, was a woman that she admired. And that woman that she admired, just like Julia, who had that dream and that desire, just like Molly, who had that dream and that desire, she was in that place of just discovering that her mentor was sitting in that audience, Lisa Nichols. That's amazing. Where she went from being an admirer, she went from being someone who was just looking on. How many of you are on the sidelines looking on? How many of you are sitting in the audience looking on? And then you realize that what's inside of you can become manifest. And she took that bold step and she shared the stage with a woman that she truly admired, someone that she saw as a great mentor. Now that person was able to share the stage with a great person, a person who's a mover and shaker. My question to you, are you willing to see your thoughts turn into things? Are you willing to see your thoughts manifest? Are you willing to discipline yourself to write that story down? Are you willing to take that step, to that leap of faith? I remember Julia was in that same place. She was looking to manifest her thoughts and let those thoughts become a reality, bridging the gap between leadership and her management experience. And patience when Julia, thank you so much. When Julia was really trying to struggle, how does she marry her professional experience with a desire to transition into leadership? And when she took that leap of faith, she found herself sharing the stage with John Maxwell as a leadership consultant. Guys, it all starts with a thought. Remember what Stephen Covey says: sow a thought, reap a deed. Sow a deed, reap a habit. Sow a habit, reap a lifestyle. And sow that lifestyle and you reap a destiny.
Absolutely. Now, the power of ideas is incredible. I'm so happy that you spoke about that and used Molly as an example, as well as Julia. We're always cheering for them, and they're especially notable in their industry. So hats off to you, Molly and Julia. And then our second point, yes, is actually patience. I'm glad you're here because our second point is so relevant to your journey. It's about creating solutions from ideas. Every idea
are solution.
Yes, every idea is a solution.
That's so true.
And Patience, she actually took the idea of helping people, ordinary people like you and I, with our breath and understanding the power of our breath. And she transformed and is transforming that idea into a movement. Hats off to you, Patience. Every single day, this is an aside, I think more consciously about my breath because of you.
Come on.
So I appreciate it so sincerely. And if you have not, make sure you go and purchase her book, right? Breathe with me.
Come on, somebody.
Wait, you got to make sure you read it properly now. If you don't know how to read properly, go and read the book. But yeah, so thank you, Patience, for that.
Definitely. So your ideas are a solution. When you're crafting your compelling story, when you're crafting your unforgettable best-selling international book, you have to think about, I don't just want to write to have this cathartic moment. I don't just want to write because I've been carrying this baby for so long and I just want to get it out. You have to think about, what are the problems do I solve?
Yes.
And what desires do I create? You must think about your book in the perspective of a movement. Your message is a movement. Your book is a business. And when you understand that ideas are solutions, think about what a business is established on. Businesses do two things. As a matter of fact, good businesses will achieve two things. One, good businesses understand what problems do they solve, or what desires do they create.
Yes.
But great businesses, somebody say great businesses. Great businesses, they both discover what problems do they solve and what desires do they create. So like, for instance, medication or any form of therapy. Sometimes it simply solves a problem. Let's say it's arthritis, or it's blood pressure, or it's whatever type of ailment, right? And then there are other businesses, they create a desire, a fulfillment. What is that? Like a vacation, a retreat.
Yes.
It gives a desire. But there are certain businesses, both solves a problem and releases a desire, achieves a desire, a longing that's on the inside. When you are writing your international best-selling book, I want you to think about being that person who provides a solution to the marketplace. You are that person that is providing a solution to the marketplace. You are that person. Come on, say, I am that person.
I am that person.
I am that person. Come on, say,
I am that person.
I am that person that is providing a solution to the marketplace. Come on, I want you to
Really
beat it on your chest.
yes.
Own it. I am that person. Come on, say it with me.
I am that person.
I am that person
I am that
that is
person.
providing a solution to the marketplace. Your story is your USP. Your USP. Come on, type it, USP. It is your unique service proposition. It is what defines you from all other consultants, all other
coaches, other speakers,
all other informational speakers, all other transformational speakers, all other motivational speakers. Your story is what sets you apart. And because it sets you apart and shapes out your space in the marketplace, you will always understand you're living in a place called abundance. You're no longer thinking in your mind that my idea is in a place of scarcity and I need to grab and pull as much people as I can, or graft or scramble or scruffle for as many opportunities as I can. No, your story will naturally attract the right people who identify with your story.
Wow, that's powerful.
So ideas are things. Come on, say it with me. Ideas are things.
Ideas are things.
Ideas are solutions.
Ideas are solutions.
And in closing, ideas are
opportunities.
Opportunities. Ideas are opportunities. When you understand your USP, it's an opportunity to serve. When you understand the importance of your idea, it's an opportunity to do what we call create a value exchange. Yes. You're not going into the marketplace saying, hey, I want to make a lot of money, I want to become rich. No. Serve, serve, serve. And as you provide that solution, people will self-select. They will raise their hands and say, I want to work with you. Yes. They will raise their hand and say, you're the person I've always been looking for. Wow. I had a discussion with someone within our community, and we were talking about list building. And, they were talking about they're trying to marry between, do I need a large list or do I need qualified leads? And I was saying to her, you shouldn't struggle with that thought anymore, because gone are the days where people boast about how large their list is, or how large their following is, or how much impressions they have on their website. Advertisers understand that even though you have a large audience, it does not necessarily mean that it automatically transfers into a value exchange that they're actually going to
buy.
It doesn't translate. So your story, it is going to be the indicator that increases your conversions.
Yes.
I'll say that again. Yes. Your story is going to be a key indicator that is going to increase your conversions. Why do I say that? Because it attracts your ideal client. And no longer are you talking about leads, but you're talking about qualified leads. Yes. Or quality leads. So the conversion rate happens at a much greater acceleration. You no longer have to be going through the rummages to find out, okay, this person is not the right person to work with. This person is not my ideal client, even though they want to hand you a lot of money. And you do a clarity call. That's why we do a clarity call. That's why we have a clarity assessment, because we want to assign ourselves to what? What do we want to assign ourselves to? We want to assign ourselves to a qualified lead.
Yes,
That's why
because
it's
we
a
don't work with everyone, and I'm glad you brought that point up.
Yes.
You have to make sure that when you're serving from a place of abundance.
Come on
and
now.
when you have an abundance mindset, you are able to say no to people. No, thank you.
Yes,
Right?
we appreciate you, but we're not a right fit.
Yeah.
We even go as far as to recommend them to other person who we think is a good fit, and nothing is wrong with that. And you have the freedom to that because you know you are serving in that place of abundance. So we want to celebrate and thank you.
And integrity.
Both. And integrity, because not all money is
good money.
Not all money is good money, guys. So we encourage you to be in that place of abundance, Justin. We encourage you to be in that place of abundance, Katia. We encourage you to, as you discover the importance of being fruitful, as you understand, number one, that in order to discover, more importantly, in order to understand the power of identity, you must see, number one, that ideas are things. It is not intangible, it is real. It's simply a thought that is waiting to be manifested by your consistent action.
That's right. So we
Number
challenge
two.
you to discover your mouse, right? We talked about Walt Disney and how his whole business started from a mouse. So what is your mouse?
What's your
mouse? Your
mouse?
mouse is your idea.
Yes.
So what things are in your life right now that maybe you think are too small or insignificant? Perhaps they're a source of annoyance for you. But that mouse could unlock your breakthrough.
That mouse might be your millions.
Oh, come on.
Yeah. And then secondly, we talked about the power that your ideas are solutions. Your ideas are solutions. Your ideas are solutions. It is your contribution to your marketplace. Wherever that marketplace is, wherever you know that you're called to serve, your ideas are solutions. That's how we create international best-selling authors, because we understand the marketplace they are serving in. We understand the category that they are assigned to serve in, and then we market them, help them craft a story that is tailored to their marketplace so that they can contribute to the marketplace. Are you with me? So if you're a coach in health and wellness, you are bringing something unique to your marketplace. That's where you get your authority domain as an international bestseller. If you are in the space of motivational speaking or self-development, we market you, we help you craft a story with the psychographic of the audience that you're called to serve, and then we launch you as an authority domain in that marketplace. So your story, that idea is a solution. And then finally we said that ideas are opportunities.
Yes, they are.
They are opportunities.
So your opportunity is waiting for you.
Come on now.
The question is, will you answer? We challenge you today to answer the opportunities that await you. You know, one thing that I love about being in this process, being in this community of always learning and professional development, is that you have the ability every single day to choose your next best self. You have the opportunity every single day to choose your breakthrough. The question is, what are you choosing? So we challenge you today that if you're going to choose to maximize your success and unlock your God-given potential, to lock arms with someone who help you get there. Whether it's writing your international best-selling book or getting speaking engagements, maybe we can help, or maybe we can refer you to someone who can. Listen, I am your partner in the process, and Wale is here to be your partner as well in possibility. Lock arms with us, or lock arms with someone who can take you to the next best version of your life. I look forward to seeing you there. And remember that we love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Take care, guys.
We look forward to seeing you on the other side. Look at the link in the description, and you can book that clarity call with us. Take care. Bye-bye.